Good morning if you're watching this in the morning. Good afternoon if you're watching this in the afternoon. Good evening if you're watching this in the evening. You already know this your host, Mr. Philadelphia, coming to y'all with Toxic Thursday. Y'all, today Toxic Thursday, y'all. I'm realizing that we have to cancel all the toxic things in our life coming into 2024. We need to start to get rid of them because they're holding us back. We need to cut all our toxic relationships. We need to cut out all our toxic friendships. We need to cut out everything toxic that is not propelling us to become successful. We need to cut it out. I realize sometimes we last so much in the toxicity that we become toxic in our healthy relationships. When we're in a toxic situation, I promise you, you don't look as good. You don't feel as good. You don't have the same type of energy that you once had. It takes an effect on you, y'all. We got to cut these toxic things out. We got too much things taking too much of our energy that causes us not to have the energy to do what needs to be done. We have to cut it out. We're giving our time, and the people that's not giving it back to us, and what they is giving it back to us isn't enough to fill us up. And they're just taking and they taking. It's toxic. It drains us. We need to get away from everything draining us before we get to 2024. Why wait till we get in 2024 before we get in 2024? Let's cut it out. Let's start. Start with that unhealthy relationship. That relationship when you giving a lot more than what you're getting back. When that cup isn't half full, it's half empty. It's going in the wrong direction. Cut that relationship out. Some of us, we're stuck in our jobs that we don't even like going to. You got a job that you don't like going to. That's killing you mentally, spiritually, physically. It's killing you. But you still get up there and go. We got to find another path. It is. It's out there. We just got to go look. But like I said, we sit so long in our toxicity that we become toxic ourselves. We become the poison. We are the poison. Eventually, we keep feeding it in and keep doing the same thing. We become the poison. We got to do better. Success is around the corner. You can't be successful if you poison, if you toxic, if you're the one that's bringing down the ship. How are we going to be successful? You got to change that mentality. You got to change that toxic friend group that you in. If you're around a bunch of people that's only talk about a bunch of people, why are you with them? It's a lot of better things that you could be doing than sit around with people talking about people. You know how immature that is? You know how that silly that sound? You with a group of people talking about another group of people. Do better. Stop being toxic. That's toxic. Stop getting into your job, and you should be working. You should be doing your best. But you know everybody else ain't doing their best. Oh, they skipping over it. I can skip over it. We need to start to do better. We need to start investing all this energy to repel the toxicity. I promise you, them toxic people don't like being around successful people. They talk about successful people. Them toxic people don't like being around successful people. They talk about successful people. That's how you become more successful when them toxic people talking. It's Toxic Thursday. We got to cut out all the toxicity in our life. And I'm not just talking about weed. I've seen people become successful smoking weed. I've seen people become successful drinking. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the things that we feed spiritually. Things like that nature. Things that we just get in our way and we slow us down. We need to get away from all that. We better than that, yo. This today is Toxic Thursday. And yo, good morning if you're watching this in the morning. Good afternoon if you're watching this in the afternoon. Good evening if you're watching this in the evening. You already know it's your host, Mr. Philadelphia.